Great podcast for you guys today on the Strength for Life pod. Our guest, Cheryl Hannon, is 70 years old. She's lost 20 pounds through changes in her nutrition. She's going to lay out the exact changes that she made, what she eats in a day. She's also stronger than she's been in a long time, potentially ever. She's hit 10 of our 12 village movement standards. She was hit by a car recently and didn't break a single bone. That's how resilient and tough she is. She's going to share exactly how she's done it, and I think you guys are going to love this episode. Well, Cheryl, welcome to the Strength for Life podcast. We're so excited to have you here with us today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So just tell us about yourself. How old are you? How long have you lived here for, etc.?
Wow. I'm 70. I've lived in Glendora since I was 11.
Wow.
Okay.
I've lived in the same house since I was 13.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. So you live in the house that you grew up in.
Pretty much, yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just a couple blocks from Village, right?
Village, yeah.
So you walk to most of your work.
And she walked here
I
today.
walk to all of
I
them
know,
unless
right?
it's pouring rain. Yeah.
I love it. So great. And tell us what you did for work, if you're still working, retired.
I am retired. I retired from SpaceX, where I was a quality control supervisor,
Okay.
An astronaut.
an astronaut, yeah, astrophysicist. No.
Yeah.
Which was extremely a lot of fun, but a lot of pressure, a lot
Yeah.
of stress. Glad to be retired from it.
Yeah.
But it was exciting. And
Yeah.
my whole career, I always worked in aerospace, from the time I was 18.
Okay.
So
Did you
Yeah.
ever have a dream of going to space?
never.
Really? Okay.
Never.
Okay.
No.
Just
no,
fascinated
you could
by
not.
it.
You could
Or
not.
what?
It was.
Yeah.
Well, when I got out of high school, I was sat down the next day after graduation, and I was given two choices. Handed the newspaper and said, "Find a job or go to college." And I went,
Yeah.
"Okay, I guess I'll find a job," because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
My mom was in aerospace
Okay.
and
Mm.
as an inspector, so
Okay.
I just, and she never talked about it, but that's just where I ended up. So,
Okay.
but it between doing stuff for like the Army and in the Air Force and doing flight control computers and stuff, and then the company that I worked for like 23 years shut down and moved its operations to New York, and I
Okay.
wasn't going to move to New York.
Okay.
So a couple of the people that I worked with got jobs at SpaceX,
Okay.
and SpaceX was only 8 years old at the time.
Okay.
So it was a fairly new company. And so about half the people that I worked with at this one company, we all ended up at SpaceX.
That's
Wow.
cool.
That is
And
cool.
So, yeah. And at that time, it was, you were flying by the seat of your pants. There were not a lot of rules and regulations. Nowadays, there's a whole lot because it involves humans going up into space.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was interesting. You learned a lot.
Yeah.
And the people that I worked with, most of them were a lot younger. We were
Okay.
the moms
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
grandmoms. We were taking care of these college educated, no common sense, no life experience kids who
Millennials.
were
Stinking millennials. Oh, the worst.
who were responsible for putting things up in space,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
playing with, in essence, a bomb,
Yeah.
sitting on top of a bomb. And so that was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of stress.
Yeah, I bet. Now, during that time, did you exercise? Were you active, or were you like just fully focused on your career?
I was fully focused because at that time we were working 7 days a week,
Oh my gosh.
sometimes 17-hour days, which you can't get away with now. That's why I said
Yeah.
when it was young, there were no
Yeah.
rules. So
Yeah.
all I did was work.
Yeah.
Work, sleep for 4 hours because it was the plant was in Hawthorne.
Okay.
So you're traveling an hour there, an hour back. The whole time I was there, I would guarantee only 1 week did we ever work a 40-hour week.
Oh my God.
So it was like, yeah, and it was mandatory 10-hour days after that if you were lucky, and then upwards from them. So yeah.
Did you ever take vacation?
After you accumulated so much, you
Yeah.
had to take off some. So I would
Okay.
take a week off and do nothing.
Yeah, I bet. So it sounds like it was pretty challenging for you to prioritize your health and taking care of
definitely.
yourself.
Yeah, my health was I was healthy, but my lifestyle was definitely not healthy.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, it's hard to do that when you're working 17-hour
Yeah.
days. How do you find time to prioritize anything else? So that's
10 years ago, though, you came to Village. You just told me this before you jumped on the pod.
Yeah.
And it was before we had Cooper, our son, and he was born like a month into us opening.
Mhm.
So you must have started way back.
Way back.
Do you remember, was there like a challenge that you did when you started, or you just came in?
I just came in. I was
Okay.
walking
All right.
downtown, and I came in, and in fact, you walked me through and did the assessment in the little back room at the time. So,
Wow.
so yeah, but and
I was in a fog.
yeah,
So we had almost a newborn. I guess we didn't even have a newborn yet. So
Yeah.
I have no
Yeah.
excuses.
No, you were still sleeping through the night.
All right, no excuses.
Yep.
As she can attest that
Yeah.
you were sleeping through the night.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there must have been something where you're like, I need to get healthy. But you were
I
still
did-
working at the time.
I was still. I did.
Mhm.
I knew I had to do something. You
Mhm.
know, I had to keep up with all the youngsters at work.
Yeah.
But even beside that, I just wanted to be better.
Mhm.
You know, and it's always been in the back of my mind that I don't want to progress and be older and not be able to do things.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, you know, like travel, even moving, I was going to show those young whippersnappers anyway.
I love it.
That's awesome.
And then you started working out, and then it looks like, I think based on when I looked at your profile, you were on and off kind of for a couple of years.
Yeah. Just 2016, 2017 is like, because the only chance that I could go to the class was like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
Well, I wasn't getting home till 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'd have to leave by noon to get back to work. So it's like, yeah, that's not sustainable. And at that time, the program was a lot different. I would go in and I would tell like my guy supervisors, and he says, "Why are you tired?" And I said, "Well, this is what I did this morning." And they looked at me like, "What? You did, huh?" I said, "Yeah, okay, you get a pass then. You can be tired," because that time it was like the rope,
The battle
Mhm.
ropes.
The battle ropes,
the battle
Yeah.
ropes, and a lot of ball slams, and I was like, it kicked my butt.
Yeah, we had clients protest the ropes.
Yeah.
So we had to get rid of them. They lined up outside one day. They were chanting and protesting, "No more ropes."
Is that what it's going to take to get rid of the skier?
You could try.
They're bolted into the
those
wall.
things are bolted to the wall, though. So
Well, there
the
is
ropes
some
we just pulled
cables
out.
that you can cut.
That's true. That's true.
Can you imagine?
Someone just snips them one day.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I can't ski today.
Wow. No acts of
That's funny.
vandalism.
So good. So you decided at that point it was not super
It was
sustainable for
not
you
sustainable.
to obviously, work out, sleep a couple hours, and go back to work. So you took a break, and then you came back the end of 2020
After you'd retired.
after you'd
After
retired.
I'd retired,
Yeah.
because I decided, because as soon as I retired, it's like, okay, I'm not used to doing
Nothing.
nothing,
Yeah.
and I was sitting on the couch a lot. I was doing Ancestry, looking up all this stuff, and it's like, and then I would see the park workouts,
Mhm.
like during COVID and
Yeah.
everything, and I thought, I can do this. I'm gonna go back, and that's all it took. It's just as long as I took that first step to go back,
Yeah.
and I love it. I
Yeah.
really do.
That's
When you
awesome.
came back, were you doing park workouts because it was still during
No.
COVID, or were we back in the studios?
You were back in the studios. It was
Okay.
like the tail end of COVID.
Okay.
People were still deciding whether they were wearing masks or
yeah.
not.
Yeah. Do we still have the tape on the ground? Were you there when we
Probably.
did that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. When we first came back, we had to put tape on the ground where people could walk.
We didn't
you
have
know?
to.
Oh,
We chose
really?
to.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so people stayed in their station. And that's what actually gave us the idea of like everyone kind of having their own squat rack. We're like, well, we have to figure out how people can work out without sharing a bunch of equipment. And so if
Right.
everyone just has their own station. And so that's kind of when we made the switch from what you were doing previously with 6 people, battle ropes.
Oh,
and
good.
kind of
Then I came
rotating.
back at the right time.
You did. Yep.
Yeah, COVID got rid of the battle ropes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, they were like immensely. They spread COVID, so we had to
Yeah.
get rid of them.
Yeah.
Super spreading ropes. That's what they call them.
So it sounds like it was for you retiring, that kind of was like the thing that you're like, okay, I'm going to refocus on my health. So what were some of the things that you did outside of just starting to strength train again regularly? What are some of the changes that you've made since retiring?
My diet.
Okay. What have you changed in your
Definitely
diet?
my diet. Only good carbs. I pretty much gotten rid of a lot of like the breads and stuff like that.
Okay.
A lot more vegetables. I've gotten a lot more organic.
Okay.
And so my choices are a lot better. I'm
Yeah.
a label reader like crazy. I've gotten my grandson to start looking at labels now, so that's
I
good.
love it. That's awesome.
What do you eat in a normal day these days?
Yeah.
Like, what'd you eat yesterday?
What did I eat yesterday? I made a meatloaf, so we ate meatloaf
Love it.
and asparagus,
Okay.
a salad for lunch.
Okay.
What do you put in your salad?
Cucumbers, just basic cucumbers, radishes, onions, a few black olives, some broccoli, and
Dang.
lettuce.
Nice.
It's a robust salad. Sounds good.
And then if I need the protein, then I had some leftover chicken. And
Okay.
so I just chopped
Chop
some
it up.
chicken up
Yeah.
and throw that in there.
Nice.
And what about breakfast?
Breakfast was, since it was a non-workout day, is an egg white omelet with
Okay.
chopped up tricolored peppers,
Okay.
chopped up spinach, a cup of chopped spinach,
Okay.
and some raw farms cheese, an ounce of that,
Yum. Okay.
and a half of avocado on top, and some cherry tomatoes.
Yum. So good. Are
So-
any of these items from your garden?
Not yet,
Not
but I
yet,
have
okay.
8 tomatoes that are almost ready, so
Oh,
that's good.
So fun. You are a big gardener. And what are you currently growing in your garden?
I have zucchini,
Okay.
yellow squash, cucumber, tomatoes, a lot of herbs. There's a
Okay.
gnat flying around. Corn,
Wow.
watermelon,
Okay.
Yum.
and some kale growing right now. So
Yum, yum,
So
yum.
fun. I love it. And then on top of, changing your diet, strength training, you also have done a lot of movement.
yes,
And maybe one of the highest steppers out of all of our clients for the step challenge. How many steps did you get? Do you remember a day on average?
I averaged almost 30. I ended up with 603,000, I think it was.
Okay. At the end of the
Dang.
4
At
weeks.
the end of the 4-week challenge, yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
And
Are you
that's
shooting for
without
that
a
same-
pad, without the walking pad.
You
I
shooting for the
know.
same thing this year?
I you know what? Every time I take a walk, I sit there and I think about it. I say, I'll probably do it. Yes.
She will. She says
I
she's
will.
not. And then it's going to start and you're just going to be, I'll just see Cheryl doing laps around downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a downside too, because I go into the stores and it's like, I
Yeah.
got to find a different route.
Yeah. Where you don't want to shop all
I don't
the-
want to shop. Yeah, it's like, I don't need that.
funny.
Yeah.
What have been your results? Like, what are if you're comfortable sharing, like weight that you've lost, strength that you've gained, how you feel, etc. Since like retiring and starting to get healthy?
I've lost over 20 pounds. And then especially this last year is when it's really been really sustainable. And I've gotten to where I'm 114, 115 right now, which I
Mhm.
did not think that my goal was like 120. So I was like, okay, this is
great.
good.
Yeah.
My bone density results my osteopenia has improved. I don't know the numbers, but the doctor says, wow, look, you have less, you're losing less bone mass now. And I went, well, that's good. And I
Yeah.
said, and she asked me, well, what do you do? And I told her, I said, I do strength training. And she says, well, keep doing that. But she asked me what my weights and stuff that I do. And she says, well, don't do that. And I said, no, I'm going to keep doing that.
Because she said it was too heavy?
It was
or
too heavy. She says,
Okay.
why? And I said, because it can.
Yeah.
It's not hurting me,
Yeah.
So that I feel a lot better. I just do. And I look at other people and even some of my relatives who live on the East Coast and said they can't do half of the stuff that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I can do stuff that my grandson can't even do.
Wow.
It's awesome.
That is
So-
amazing. And I know you had mentioned too that, like, I think you had some changes in your A1C and some of your other blood work. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
My A1C has gone down. It was always like 5.7, 5.8. Now it's 5.4. So
That's awesome.
it's down below where it, it's not pre-diabetes anymore.
Yeah.
My thyroid, this last doctor visit, she's considering lowering my dose of my thyroid medicine because it's activated again. I said, how does that happen? She says, I don't know really. She says, but whatever you're doing, just keep doing that. So I don't know if that's
great.
related to
Yeah.
this or whatever, but I'm happy with that too.
That's awesome.
That's
So great.
incredible.
How would you describe, you said you just feel better in general. Like, is that you feel more energized? You feel stronger? Like things are easier in your life? Tell us a little bit more about that.
I do have a lot more energy. I mean, like I said, I can keep up. I can keep up with the little girls next door that want to play tag in the yard and stuff. So
That's awesome.
And with my dog, I can keep up with her. I do have a lot more energy. I feel good. I want to do more things, and I feel that I'm able to do more things. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I can go and travel, and I don't have a fear of that. I don't have a fear of going out on my own and doing anything. I'm stronger. I'm definitely more mobile. I, as evidenced by getting hit by a car, and it's like, okay, I didn't break anything, and I got up, so it was like, I'm happy.
Tell us about that. You were walking to a workout.
I was walking to my workout.
And what happened?
The car stopped on the corner. And so I said, that's when I go off. And then I'm looking to make sure that a car coming the opposite way and turning down the street isn't coming, right? And then, so I wasn't looking at the car anymore in front of me because, like I said, she had stopped and just boom, and down I went. So
Oh my gosh. And you didn't break anything.
I didn't break anything.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
CT
amazing.
scan was fine. My wrist and arm was fine. I have a nice little scar there, but yeah.
Wow.
And
I'm so grateful that you didn't get more injured, Cheryl.
One of the first things I said, I thought to myself was, "Thank you, Village."
Aw.
Like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I can look at that. I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think a lot of people at 70, like that's life altering for them. They break their hip, they break their elbow, they're bedbound for months. And then all of a sudden they get in this vicious kind of downward spiral of losing their health and mobility. But,
yeah.
You've been strength training and progressively overloading your body with weights that your doctor would tell you are unsafe. But it's like you've made yourself really resilient.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can handle something like getting hit by a car because you're so stinking resilient.
Mm-hmm.
And so that to me is why you lift heavy weights, because you want to be ready for heavy moments in life.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
And I think people in the medical community are under the impression that our bodies are fragile and we shouldn't do too much or we're going to, break them down. But it's like, no, the human body will respond to the stress that you impose upon it. And as long as your body can recover from and adapt to that stress, it's going to be a good thing in the long run. And that's like our entire program is designed to stress people in a way that their bodies can recover and adapt from. And we'll keep increasing the stress as your body is able to recover and adapt from it. So you are the perfect testament to that theory.
Yeah.
Well, I firmly believe that if I hadn't been doing what I've been doing, that it would have been a lot worse. So, like I said, one of the first things I said was, "Thank you, thank you." And the cardiologist, I go to a cardiologist, and he was asking me what my routine was, and I was telling him. And I told him that, my doctor said I shouldn't be doing that. And he says, no, keep doing it. You're doing fine. He says, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
The heart people are happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Oh,
that's so
funny.
awesome.
Let's get into challenges.
Yeah.
I would love for you to just really candidly share what some of the tough things about exercising have been. Maybe we'll start with knee pain, because I know you've dealt with some knee pain. I don't know if that's from working out or if you attribute it to that or something else, but I think it is important for people to know that it's not just a perfect journey where all of a sudden you start
No.
exercising and everything in your life just gets better. It's like, no,
Mhm.
it's going to be hard, and you will, like, guarantee you will encounter some speed bumps along the way.
Yeah. Well, I had both knees actually were injured. I had a sprain, and I still haven't figured out how that happened. A sprain of one ACL and a slight tear in the other.
Wow.
You know,
And that was at the same time?
at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I did go through,
How did you do it?
I have no idea.
Okay, so it wasn't like in a workout you noticed it.
We don't know, but the PT, because I went through Village PT and then
Mhm.
and then my health insurance PT,
Mhm.
and I ended up a lot of exercise, a lot of of exercises that I had to do to build up my hamstrings and my glutes and everything
Okay.
to put the strain on that, so not on the knees.
Okay.
And it took a while. It took a good, I'd say a good quarter to
Mhm.
where I could start lifting or just squatting even heavier weights and
Yeah.
stuff. So it was, it wasn't fun. It
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
It
And
hurt
you,
to
during
walk
that
even.
time, you still were coming into session,
I
right?
was still coming
But you
into
backed
session.
off on your
I
weights.
backed off, yeah. I backed off on the weight,
Mhm.
and it hurt to walk even.
Yeah. I mean, I
But
remember you would like come in so
yeah,
much pain.
yeah, and
Mhm.
but y you have to move. I mean, I thought it's just gonna get worse if I don't do anything. It's not
Mhm.
never gonna get better, but a
Mhm.
lot of, like I said, a lot of exercises to build up my glutes and everything so that the strain was, off of the knees.
Yeah.
So, and now, it's every once in a while I'll feel the knees,
Yeah.
but nothing like before. But it did take a while. And then I had hurt my shoulder, and I remember for one whole quarter
Mhm.
I couldn't do squats because I couldn't put the bar
On your back.
on
Yeah.
my back, and it took a long time before I could even get just the dowel on there. And so I had to
And
go
what did you
through
do to help improve your shoulder
a
pain?
lot of physical therapy.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of movements and, to strengthen that up. And so, yeah, I've had a few injuries, but knock on wood that's behind me and I don't get any
Yeah.
more. So
Now, why do you feel like, I mean, because it sounds like, especially with your knees, like you were in a lot of
I
pain.
was in a lot of pain.
So why do you feel like what was the reason that you stuck with it? I know you kind of mentioned like, I know it was going to be bad, no matter what, and it'd be worse if I stopped. But I think a lot of people are like, oh, I hurt my knee. I'm not going to do anything until it gets better. Or I'll just do PT. I'm not going to, exercise anymore. I'll just do the exercises they give me. So what motivated you to stay
My
consistent?
competitive self.
Okay. I love it.
My competitive self was like, this is not going to stop me.
Yeah.
Because I know that I want to do things. And it's like, I know I want to travel. And at some point I will. And I know I want to go to Italy, and I know there's going to be hills involved in walking. And it's like, I'm going to walk it. And it's like, I can't stop,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a burden to somebody that's going to have to stay behind and push me up, or, I'm not going to slow somebody else down by,
Yeah.
having them wait for me. So it's like, no, I have to, I have to do this.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
that's cool. I do think that when people go through an injury or a setback, it does tend to derail them, and they stop working out, stop strength training, and
And stop moving and
yeah,
walking, and you did all of it. I mean, even when you were in pain, I remember you still,
Walk,
maybe not as much,
but I
you
did
still
walk.
walked
Yeah.
some.
yeah, that refusal to give up is really powerful
Mhm.
in the long run.
Well, it's not, it's not, it's like, I haven't worked this hard to all of a sudden stop. And it's like, no,
Mhm.
that's not how I want to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Because I do see people that, people are on walkers, or people just, they sit around, and that's just like,
Yeah.
no, I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. How has so you've been through many benchmark weeks now because you've been there since we started it. How has that either is that motivating for you, or has that been hard? Say, for example, when, you had an injury and maybe you weren't doing your best in that quarter.
It was very depressing when I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. It really
Yeah.
was. It was
Yeah.
you. I get this. There's a couple of us in our class that are so competitive with each other, and with the whole thing, and it's like it's really a bummer. It's like I can't do it. And like, like, or I
Yeah.
get slightly injured right like the week before benchmark week, and it's like, yeah, this isn't gonna be fun. It's like, and I get mad. I get really mad at myself. So, and when I got hit, from the car, it's like,
It was probably one of the people in your class that hit you.
No, but the people.
But you know what? There was so many people that came up to me that were in our class. It was like three
I
of them
can't
came
believe that
up.
they would do that. That's so rude of those
Yeah.
people in your class.
Well, Chuck accused them of they were late to the class. And they said, well, Cheryl got hit by a car. And they said, yeah, right. Come on. You can think of a better excuse. And they said, no, really, Cheryl got hit by a car.
Yeah, because 3 of them saw you
Yeah,
on the way, right?
yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
So I just,
But overall, benchmark week's been a good thing or a bad thing for you? What'd you say?
it's been a good thing. It's a mixed
Okay.
bag. It's a good
Okay.
thing, but it's a bad thing that I get so competitive that I have to beat my, thing. This time my grandson says, when is enough? When are you going to,
Gotta
when are you
hit the
going to do this?
standards.
Yeah. I get it.
Oh, I've hit there's 2 left.
That's
Do
it?
you have
left.
two?
Just 2
Which
left.
2?
The village curl
Okay.
and
Really?
the lunge.
Okay.
And the lunge is hard on the knees.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the curl is like, that's my goal. I want to hit that.
Flexibility.
I want to hit that.
How
one
close are you?
soon.
Because we're testing that in 2 weeks.
My wrist isn't going to go below. I said, do you
Okay.
need to compensate
Not
for
with
the
that
age
attitude.
on that one? Okay. But all the other ones, I've
Yeah.
far exceeded what
Okay.
my standards are. So
Okay.
That's awesome.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. So
And-
the big 3 you've hit, all 3
Oh
of
yeah.
those.
Oh yeah. And I've done
That's
the
what I'm saying.
pull-ups. I've made the pull-ups.
You
one.
did
And
Really?
the push. I did 4
That's
pull-ups.
amazing.
Dang.
And the push-ups I've done. So I've gotten
Wow.
that
Cheryl,
done.
10
that's
push-ups on
incredible.
the ground at 70 years old.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I know. Especially because people will say, they'll come in and say, I can never do that.
Or yeah, they'll
Or like,
say,
I'm too old.
You must have exercised your whole life, been an athlete your whole life. And it's like, well, no, Cheryl's proof that she didn't do anything since, for
Yeah.
50, 40 years, whatever it was.
Yep.
And now, boom, you start working out. And not for 12 weeks, but you've been consistent for the
Well,
better
6
part
years.
of 6 years now.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Very
the,
cool.
The pull-up was the one that's like, I never thought I would get that. So it's
So
like, but I
cool.
got that. And
well,
like,
here's the thing. That should be proof to you with your village curl and your village lunge, because you
Mhm.
said the same thing, that you'd never get it. And now
Well,
you're saying that
it's
about
like
these
my
ones.
body doesn't.
Yeah.
I spun the wheel today for that, so I get 5 sessions, right?
There you go.
And yeah, and I was like, they said, well, what's the first one? Curl. I have to get that standard.
I was actually going to
push
say
me
you
that?
should consider doing some one-on-one sessions where it's really focused on those 2 movements.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
That's awesome.
We're
How
gonna
close
get
are
you
you on
there,
the
Cheryl.
village lunge?
I think I can. Well, we haven't done it hardly at all this quarter.
Next
but
quarter is when we're going to do a lot more.
it's if the knees hold out, then I just have to work on the weight.
Okay. So you can do it on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the weight that.
Okay. We're going to
It's
get
gonna
there.
hold back.
Next quarter is going to be it, Cheryl. As long as you don't get hit by another car.
I know.
Man. Man. So any other goals? So those 2. Do you have any other physical strength goals or things that you want to improve on in your health?
I want to break my sticking point on overhead press.
Okay. Which is?
I've done 60
Okay.
in the past, but that was the one and only time I did 60. So now
Okay.
I'm like at 56, 57. So I would love to get to 61 just so that
Okay.
it's, if I can just do at least 1 pound better than what I did last time,
Yeah.
just keep trying to do that. And just, still get better on my diet, just.
Yeah.
And keep moving.
And
Yeah.
win the steps challenge.
I win the steps. Yeah.
the standards are really designed, the 12 movements and the levels for them. Like if you can hit all the standards, they're designed to be able to support you doing whatever else you want to do in life, like being able to get hit by cars and travel to Italy, the important things.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think she wants to be hit by a car again. I
Right,
think she just wants
but
to go to
she
Italy.
did.
I just want to go to Italy.
Yeah, she wants to go to Italy. It was a joke.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily like, you can go beyond them. That's fine. But the way that they were originally intentioned was like hit them and then be able to just maintain those levels so that you can do other things in life.
Tell the coaches that, okay?
I will.
They said, here, go up here to 200 and then come down a little bit.
I mean, that's how they're wired. They're wired to help our clients improve, and you can't turn that off. But the original design of the program was like, that was one of the problems that we saw with the fitness industry, was that it was always like more. It's just like more and more and more and more and more. And it's like, well, when is enough enough? And so we came up with these targets and made them specific to people's ages so that people would know, I've arrived. And if you want to go beyond that, great. But we wanted people to know, like, I'm strong enough in overhead press. Like, I have enough strength in this pattern in my shoulders to say I'm doing well enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or deadlifts. Like, if you can, like, what's your standard for deadlifts?
What's the standard?
Yeah.
For yours?
149.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's over 200. What are you
Yeah.
deadlifting?
My highest was 205.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. But just so you know, 149, like that's like good enough for that exercise. Like that would probably have given you the resilience you needed to, get hit by a car or
Just to get up, just to keep moving.
yeah.
If I fall
off the
down, to
ground.
get
Yeah.
up, to be able to know, that's the big thing. Just keep mobile and not hurt myself by falling and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Although all the people in the class are like, I can't wait till I'm 65. I said, why? Because then they're going to lower the standard.
it lowers every year.
Yeah.
It lowers every year
Like,
after
how come
55.
I have
Yeah.
to do this?
Actually,
Actually, like, ha ha.
Well, you have some people in your session that are a lot younger than you are.
Yes, I've
They're
some
like
people
in their early 50s or late 40s.
40s,
Young
something,
bucks.
yeah.
Young bucks.
Yeah. And you're over here pumping out 4 pull-ups, showing them off. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So if you had to go back, Cheryl, to like your 30-year-old self and give yourself advice, what advice would that be? Health advice.
Get more rest.
Okay.
Because get more sleep, which is another habit that I've actually embraced.
How would you have done that with your career?
Changed careers.
Really?
No, back to back then in my 30s, what was I doing? Not a whole heck of a lot. In my 30s, I was still raising I had a grandchild when I was in my 30s. So I raised him, and worked full time then too. So
Wow. Okay. How old were you when you became a grandma?
38.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You're a young grandma then.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's so fun. I have young grandparents too. And it was fun because they did so much of life with me.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, my grandson, we do everything pretty much
Yeah.
together, and he's 32. So there you go. So
That's awesome.
but eat better.
Okay.
Eat
So
better.
sleep more.
Sleep more, eat better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And move more,
Yeah.
because I would, I moved at work and then, had to do, school pickups and
Mhm.
homework and stuff like that. But then
Yeah.
you're sitting on the couch, you'd eat, sit on the couch, go to bed.
Yeah.
So to move, but eat better.
Yeah.
Move more.
Okay. Love that. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks for joining us today. It was a
Thank
joy,
you.
and thanks for sharing your story and allowing us to see the progress and all of the journey that you've been on. So
Thank you. And I
Yeah.
love my village family. I
Aw.
really do. I
Well, we love
really
having
do.
you be a part of it. So